Hello, hello. How is it going? Welcome back to the Gamer Gear podcast. And yes, we are going to be going hard on Square Enix. Uh, be-
Jamer.
yeah, it seems like Square Enix consistently. Hold up, I think you're echoing again. You may be echoing. Just speak real quick.
No,
Okay, yeah. That let me just. I think you should be good now.
that should be fantastic. Like
Real,
I'm bizarre. You know what I'm saying?
real. Okay, yeah. So Square Enix is not having a good one. We're just gonna do a cold open, okay? Square Enix Square Enix reveals that the Japanese market is no longer sufficient to meet earnings targets. Because which somewhat makes sense. If you look at the size of Japan in population and then you look at the size of America, Canada in population, obviously the western market is much bigger.
They also released like 10 games this year.
Yeah. So Square Enix it's just such a mixed bag. Like, you'll get an Octopath Traveler 2, and then on the other hand, you'll get a Chocobo Racing. It's quite suspicious, quite odd, if I may say.
They make weird choices, and it's like I don't even think the choices they do, even like the people in Japan, those gamers even what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, well, it's clear that they're no longer targeting the Japanese market. All right, because we had Avengers, and that was by Square Enix. Like,
Yeah, that game was weird.
yeah, honestly, it was hard wrapping my head around. It's like this is a game by Square Enix.
A game that probably wasn't multiplayer until a year before it came out. They had like let's put some multiplayer in it.
Real.
It has a 20-hour single player story mode. This is a multiplayer game. Interesting.
So, can you only play the single player mode? Single player?
There's like a couple of like story expansions, and I think the last story expansion you could do with people, but it's still like it's single player. Like you have to fight the boss, you have to travel across the map. It's weird, and I don't think you even have to do the story mode at all. But when you beat it, it does unlock more stuff for multiplayer. So even if you ignore the story mode, you technically can't do all the content because you also have to everything's gear level, right? You got to equip high enough gears level to be a higher level. Then you got to cycle through that grind.
Yeah. It's all
Not a
about
good
the
game.
grind. Would
It's
never.
always online.
Yeah, so I genuinely think that expect gaming to be, especially with Square Enix, to be more generic, less taking risks, and kind of just I don't know, lowest common denominator. I think that's a good way to describe it.
How do they reinvent themselves in like their most notable games that everyone knows them for? Are these games that really they do good in like Western countries? They're not really what you would call like a Western game.
Yeah.
Like there's it's just like just because you don't sell 20 million copies doesn't mean you can't make money. Just maybe don't spend so much money on a game that's not going to make money.
Do you know what I think it is? They made a sequel to The World Ends with You, and that flopped.
I know that blew my mind.
That
That
crashed
was a
real hard.
that was a real good game. I bought it, and I'm like, wow, they didn't even market this game at all. They showed and like this game, like it has a hardcore fan base that wanted a sequel forever.
Yeah.
And they find this game was on the DS and it got put on the Switch later.
Yeah.
But
Do you know what I think? I feel like there's just a bunch of games people blow smoke about. It's like, oh, this would be really cool if they brought that back. But it's only to say is like, oh, wouldn't it be cool? It's been a long time. It's like, imagine if F-Zero came back. Like, realistically speaking, how do you think the sales of that would be?
I see people say they love F Zero, but I've never seen anything indicating that it was a big seller for Nintendo.
Exactly. I mean,
People love F Zero, but like just because a game might be the greatest game of all time to some people, doesn't mean people had the console or bought it during that time. Doesn't mean they ever
Yeah.
played it. And if they do play it later on, when Nintendo's not selling it anymore, so Nintendo doesn't have any actual real data anymore about people buying the game. They've not done any remaster or anything.
Yeah. Oh, to be fair, like F-Zero, F-Zero when it really hit its stride was on N64 and GameCube. So, those weren't the best-selling consoles of those generations.
Isn't
So,
Falcon? He's from F Zero, right?
yeah,
I've never played F Zero, so
Captain
that's it. That's
Falcon.
it. He's the F Zero is a Smash Brothers now. That's it. Like it's you've lost. Hey, that's it. He's in Smash Brothers. That he went there to die.
Yeah, the funny thing is, before Smash 64, Captain Falcon never exited his vehicle in game. And I think
No,
I think in GX it's basically just in cutscenes.
I think people, they want. Hey, this is a good franchise. We want a game. We want games. We want games in these franchises or whatever. And they've never done good, or they haven't been relevant for a long time, and no one buys them. And they're like, how dare they? How dare they make Call of Duty? How dare they make Assassin's Creed every year or something every year of these things? But I'm like, these make money though. Like I agree, Assassin's Creed is getting worse. But I'm sorry, but Assassin's Creed Valhalla is the best selling Assassin's Creed game. It's the Valhalla game now. There's no more. It's like it's just that just they make money and that's what
Yeah,
people want.
yeah. It's
Everyone.
do you think was it Ubisoft that made or published Dauntless? I think it might have, but just in general, what do you think brought more money, F-Zero or Cooking Mama, or
Damn,
Nintendogs?
a lot of moms like cooking in video games.
Real.
Yeah, fight for that market. You
Yeah.
gotta. I don't know, man. Like Square Enix, they got Nier, they got Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and they're like Nier's only got 2 games. They're re-released both Niers, right,
Mhm.
on Switch and stuff, and they're making money. But you also gotta see that these games when you play them, they have a budget feel to them. But it's like
Yeah.
the directors and producers who work around and find a way to add substance to that game, and this is like a passion project for them. And then you have a game that's big budget Avengers and a big name to it, but the game played like ass.
Yeah, and
You know,
yeah, and before we get to the other piece of Square Enix news that might be related, who knows? Let me just read
Mm.
off a couple of super chats that we have. Uh, the
Super
Ch-
Chat.
the Chaz for $5 says, "Avoid the nut, Manic. Those piggies desperately want your gamer zinc."
Damn,
And
no allergy.
Koopa the Goblin Trooper says, "Almost done. Hey, Manic." I believe that's in reference to moving or some sort of traveling. I
Ooh,
believe. Yeah,
have fun. Be safe.
yeah, basically he had to go offline because he was just a bunch of vehicle traversal. All right, and let's move on because everybody is oh, I actually heard somebody on Twitter. He's my friend. Okay, I don't hate him at all, but
Yeah.
he was contrary to popular belief, the reason anime is stagnating is not because of the Western market. It's because of Japan itself. And he didn't elaborate until I asked him, and it was like, "Oh yeah, just Japan's culture and economy is stagnating." It's like it was like
Interesting.
yeah. Let's just see the result of Square, because I'm pretty sure international markets definitely try to get their hands. For example, Crunchyroll is on the board of some manga companies in Japan. So I'm obviously they have to influence what's gonna be published. And obviously, if you don't like Crunchyroll, obviously there's other ways to get your anime. But the thing is, once Crunchyroll effectively dictates what is being published and taken by these companies and industries, what the manga writer, the mangaka is gonna do is just kind of self censor, and so even if there's this niche obscure anime that you're totally watching for free, it's not gonna be up to what it was before because obviously the manga had to what was created simply to appeal to these, Western markets. But with the NFT saga, Square Enix's
Anywhere.
Symbiogenesis is an NFT collectible art experience, not a Parasite Eve revival. And then,
People were like, 'cause I don't think they can use Parasite Eve. I think there's like legal reasons they can't use that name and stuff. So
mhm.
people are like, oh, they're gonna remake it, use a different name. Like, oh, this is it. This is our comeback. This is our future.
Yeah, there's a Bring Me the Horizon song named Parasite Eve.
Hmm.
So yeah, and 2023 spring. Does the video say it's an NFT? No, I'm pretty sure not. Okay, at the very beginning. At the
Art
very
project.
beginning, it says art project.
See, the name's weird to me, but like a lot of Japanese things just have weird names, right? So is it going
Yeah.
to be of their franchises, or is it just going to be like, oh, we just got random art?
I don't know. Let's actually read the article. Square Enix says in a statement the art can be used for social media profile pictures and as a character in a story that takes place in an alternate world where the player can untangle a mystery by completing missions that revolve around questions of the monopolization and distribution of resources.
Spending money.
So, okay, remember the Toys to Life fad in like,
NFTs
early
the
20.
life.
Yeah,
No,
dude, this is literally that. This is literally Toys to Life, but for NFTs.
it
That
just
it's the same thing. Just obviously, NFTs are not gonna have are not gonna have all the shelf space taken up, and they're not gonna like flood stores, which means that these companies have basically complete control over how these are distributed and for
yeah.
what price.
Oh, you said something wrong. We're gonna ban your NFT account. No.
Oh no, no, real
I mean,
not.
what's stopping them, right? I mean, if the bank can repossess your car, then the NFT bank can repossess your NFT of a cat.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. It's been like 6 months before I really cared about like researching what are NFTs. What is the what advantages does Web3 provide? But continuing on, not much else is known about the Web3 project, but last month Square Enix trademarked Symbiogenesis in Japan. It was rumored to be some sort of Parasite Eve revival due to the word symbiogenesis meaning a process where two separate organisms combine to create one. Notably, this process is the basis for Parasite Eve's story.
Well, see, they were trying hard. They were trying too hard. They were like, "Look, we got to find a way to make this make sense to us," and then
Yeah.
they got betrayed by their own imagination.
Yeah, and down here for a related article, Final Fantasy VII remake producer think it would be a waste to not return to Parasite Eve. Huh. I wonder if that's what he meant.
It'll be a
And
waste.
it would
It
be a
turns out
waste.
NFTs were the parasites all along.
All right. Yeah, that has been it for Square Enix. Yeah, don't expect any review codes for me to come in anytime soon. I, I am not.
They just released two big budget games in the last month, like weeks apart from each other. And then they're like, we're just, we don't see a big enough. Maybe have some breathing room. Maybe promote your games.
Yeah,
Maybe reach out to other people who can help promote your games. Like show
real.
how fun it is. Because like the games they've released this year have done pretty well. Like in terms of reviews and stuff. Like maybe like go out find some people. There's people out here who will dedicate a 30-minute video to your game and edit it and talk about it and they'll show like they'll do it. They're willing to do that, but they don't if you don't got a million people, they don't love you.
Yeah, because recently I just saw that like Atlas tweeted is like, oh, in some big city, there's like a whole art mural project for the Phantom Thieves for Persona 5.
The Fragmentarius.
Yeah. Expect literally every Gamer Gear podcast for the next month or two to just we have to say Persona 5 at least once every
Yeah,
podcast.
it's
Uh,
part of the deal.
real. Oh, speaking of Persona 5, we got analytics.
Money, Mr. Krabs.
Real. Okay, so if we just let me just crop this, and this will be lumped in with a few other Sega topics because um next week it will be Sonic Tuesday for Sonic Frontiers,
Ooh.
and I tried looking to get a review copy. I looked at Sega's website. I didn't see a like a media or press email, so I don't know.
Sega, Sega, Sega does a lot of stuff with YouTubers. They usually they're more known to like with smaller YouTubers or people or do videos with people and stuff or interact with people who are smaller channels.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
because like I saw
maybe their Western side, maybe.
yeah, like maybe should I go on Atlas's website? I don't know. All right, no, like Atlas doesn't even own Sega. I'm still thinking about Persona. Yeah, I was like,
Persona.
yeah, because this one YouTuber, he had like 9K subs. And by the way, I am 50 subscribers away from 4,000. So
Hey, shout out.
yeah, if you want me to get the games early, all right, because obviously these companies are gonna have to look on gonna have to look at my sub counts. Like, is it really worth it? Is he just looking for a free copy? Well, I mean, yeah, but I want to make content on it too. So, it's a win-win for the company and I.
Of course. Yes.
Unless I'm negative on it. Yeah, I try to tear it a new one.
Rip it apart. Give it to
Real.
them.
Yeah, so please share the content, like this video, so we can reach more people and hit that 4K subscribers and beyond. But let's get onto this chart. So it says Persona and SMT ports by Famitsu.
Yeah, ports only. These are ports.
Yeah.
Make sure people understand. I've seen
Only.
people confused online about it. Like, oh, I don't know what ports mean. It means it was ported to something else.
Yeah, I mean, like Atlas has an issue with enhancing every re-release to the point, and like it just
Yeah.
adds more content, even though it's not
Has to
even
have
like, even though it's like
Yeah.
obvious it's a new content, and it kind of
Yeah.
bogs down the pacing, like Catherine full body,
Yeah, a lot of shit. That game. Damn.
real. So if we look here, let's just look at Persona on PSP from 2009. That was a little over 150.
Surprised it did that good.
Yeah, and then it was a little under 100,000 for the first week. And Persona 2 did a lot less than that. I wonder why. But then Persona 2 Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment are counted differently. But Persona 2 External Pun, is that the definitive edition?
The
Okay.
PSP is considered the best one. Eternal Punishment is considered like one of the best. So it makes sense why it did more than Innocent Sin.
Okay. And then Persona 3 Portable, that did gangbusters for the lifetime sales. Whoa. That's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, by the way, I want to know your take on the Persona 3 Fest versus Portable thing.
Well, the Fest for only thing the Fest version actually does is just gives like an epilogue to the game. That's all it really does. But the portable version lets you control your party members, lets you play as a male or female, and the social links or the confidants do change if you're a male or female. Like there is different content. There's a different like assistant in the game that you can have. But portable does remove like walking around in 3D except for the dungeons. Portable is better. Like in general, it's better. Like just in terms of you can beat the game quicker. There's more content in it. But if you want to like get like an epilogue that's really good in my opinion, it's FES. They should have just like configure FES with portable together or something. But I think portable is better.
Yeah.
It's just there's more content, there's more you can do, and it's easy to replay.
Yeah, that's a big issue. Is like, oh, obviously when there's a discrepancy between which one is the superior version, obviously, like the first thing that comes to mind is 64 and 64 DS.
Hmm.
Yeah, that like is like, oh yeah, which one's better? Only one really gets ported consistently, and that is, and in Persona 3's case, it's the portable version. In Super
Yeah.
Mario 64's case, it's the original.
Yeah, and that's the one we're getting for the PC, Xbox,
Yeah.
and Switch and stuff is the portable version. Hopefully they update the art. If they update the art, I'll be okay. But
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get this game on PC because they're probably gonna be like because the portable version doesn't have anime cutscenes.
Oh.
They because like they took that out, so they have like these animations with the character models and like they're not good. They don't
Yeah,
look
it's
good at all.
yeah, because it's
They're
more
rough.
of a what is it, like visual novel style, from what I've
Yeah,
heard.
it's more visual novel than the original version.
Yeah.
Um, but at least they didn't cut any dialogue from the game. Like sometimes when things get portable, like back in the day, they would remove like dialogue and voice acting for storage, but they didn't remove that. So like
That's
that's
nice.
whoosh, that would have been rough.
Yeah, and also for is Persona 3 and 4 coming to Switch too?
Yeah.
Okay.
By sometime by the end, like within February or March, we'll have every Persona game 3, 4, and 5 on every major platform.
All right. And Persona 4 on PS Vita did even better than that, or Persona 4
Dude,
Golden.
the Vita version I think is the best selling version of the game. Like it's so well,
Yeah.
obviously PS2, the old one, but like the Vita like came out, the Vita finally got a game people could play. And like Persona 4 Golden added substantial new content from the beginning, middle, and end of the game. Like it has more content. I would say it's worthwhile than what Royal did.
All right, and then Persona 5 Royal on PS4 in 2019. This is it's noted as an outdated figure, which
Yeah.
makes sense. It's 225,000 as opposed to Persona 4 Golden, which makes sense considering it's on the same console.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Persona 5 Royal for, I'm assuming NSW is Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
That, I mean, so far for the first week, 50,000. But the weird thing is, it seems to be lagging behind SMT3 Nocturne,
Nocturne's really good.
which released in 2020.
Nocturne's really good.
So I don't know, maybe
So
lockdowns like just like, more people like had time to play the
yeah.
game or whatever.
Yeah,
And
but it also like made it like damn, I want to play Persona 4 or Persona 5 so bad. Maybe they either bought a PS4 or maybe they already played Persona on the
yeah.
'cause that's a long game. Like how I rather don't want to have to redo all that stuff. I already have Persona 5 on the dang, on the PS3 back in the day. They're like who knows? But I mean it's still good numbers. I'm sure it sold amazing in like the West. I'm sure because like these like finally like people can actually post actual screenshots of their games and stop posting other people's screenshots.
For real. And Persona 5 Royal for PS5 did abysmally because because no, with most PS4 to PS5 games, you can get like a discounted or free upgrade.
Yeah, you got to buy this one because this one's
Yeah.
different. It's good. It's like even
It,
like the SKU, it's complete. It's considered. It's not like they couldn't even do an upgrade because everything was. They just, I don't know, did something different.
yeah. Yeah, double the frame rate, double the price.
I know, 100.
See.
Percent
See, which means that if I were to buy a physical copy of Persona 5 Royal for Xbox, I could play it on the Xbox One and Xbox Series. That
This version, like the Xbox version, the Switch version, the PS5 version, does come with all the DLC. I think the DLC is like $20. I think
yeah.
together on the PS4 version. So I still don't think it's a good deal to buy it on PS5. I don't. It's I don't like. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, and also something else to be mentioned. There was some weird thing with one of the DLC costumes that it just didn't return. It's
Yeah, yeah, it's not. It's we're never gonna see that character again.
the model was completely removed, but the item slot has not, which means it should be easy to mod back in.
Yeah,
But
uh,
like, it would have
this
made
is a very
sense.
popular character. He's a
Oh,
very popular character. He has two games to himself.
mm. I
But he's not gonna be able to come back because of the way he looks.
Yeah, so it was too. It was mostly because of something with China and Korea, correct?
Yeah, and
Uh,
sensitivity to like his like the way he looks and things about him.
hmm
But he is in Nocturne too, and Nocturne came out a few years ago, and he was a DLC for that. So something changed over the last 2 years. Like, look, we can't use this guy anymore. We can't have this outfit.
hmm All right, and yeah, continuing with more Sega news. Uh,
Sega.
yeah, if I can just move this on screen.
Shadow the Hedgehog 2.
Uzuka says we plan to include Shadow in more content. I mean, obviously, Shadow probably should have died, you know, in Adventure 2. Maybe Shadow the Hedgehog, but honestly, he's kind of like the how the character is written currently is sort of a bastardization in
Yeah.
all honesty.
Well, every version of Shadow, like the Venture games, the Hero games, he's different. The Archie comics, he's a different character. In the new comics, he has no consistency in what he's supposed to be. He literally has identity crisis and amnesia, and someone just needs to send him to a doctor.
No, well, the thing is, like, I think past Sonic '06, or maybe it started with Sonic '06. The story just like became very inconsistent. Okay, because uh in the Rush games, Silver just kind of comes back and like nothing about him. Or no, not Sonic Rush, Sonic Rivals. That's when the story just like, went downhill. Cuz in every game just, Shadow is there probably doing nothing, trying to like be like a, not sarcastic asshole. That's Sonic. But, being an edgy rival, even though they kind of made up in Adventure 2. Who knows? And then like Silver's just there. Who knows what he's doing? He's just in a consistent loop. It's like, oh, the future is messed up. I better go back in time and help Sonic. And then it's like, we should not have to see him again.
Well,
Period.
remember, we got Sonic Prime coming out, and Sonic Prime confirmed that Shadow's gonna be one of the main characters. And this is like an origin story for Sonic's powers and stuff. So we're gonna get
Yeah.
another origin story for Shadow. He's like, I'm Sonic's twin brother from the past.
If it's a separate continuity, I guess it's okay.
I mean, Sonic has a little struggle with continuity.
Yeah. Like honestly, I'd rather just a whole Sonic series or a Sonic game series just be rebooted completely.
Yeah. Well, the 2Ds have stayed pretty consistent if you consider like 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, and Mania. That's fine, right? Because that's a different dimension now. That's a different. They changed it.
But with Sonic 4, it has the modern design of green eyes. So
That's
we're
a
just
different version where Sonic it was beat by his parents. It's a different continuity. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, another Sega news.
Super gamers.
Super game. Yeah, so Sega thinks its proposed super game could deliver over 600 million in lifetime sales. This is the most that is the most nothing statement ever.
Persona
Right.
6.
And it's like, okay, we're gonna have a really, really, really good game. It's like it's gonna be huge, it's gonna be amazing, and it's gonna bring in a lot of money. It's like, oh, okay, that's basically what like every developer wants to do.
I don't know what this could be because I'm trying to think of everything Sega owns, and I'm like, if Sonic Frontiers does good, that's a big win for the Sonic fandom. Good job, guys. We survived. But every Persona's doing its thing. We're getting another Yakuza. Like, so it has to be like a new idea, or they're like, we're gonna do a Destiny game, and that's why they're calling it a super game. They're like, we're gonna make them because like if it's gonna make a lot of money. If you're telling me you're gonna make a game that's gonna give you a lot of money, then there's gonna be some kind of multiplayer part to it, something, right? So we're gonna get Sega All Star Brawl.
Yeah. Okay. I
That's
like
also a kart rider and a platformer.
imagine a Sega Toys to Life or a Sega NFT game. Whoa. Okay. I
Sega Go, like Pokemon.
Sega or like a new Sonic racing game, but it's not Sonic Team Sonic Racing. It's like the
Oh,
transformed
that's a good game.
where it actually has crossover characters.
I prefer that game over Mario Kart 8.
Ooh, yeah, that is. I think Yoshkin also thinks that too. He
It's
also
solid. It's
prefers it.
fun. The flying controls, the boat controls are good in that game. They're not bad like I thought they would be back in the day. So they're good. It's a good game.
Mhm.
Sega dropped the ball once again.
Real. Sega's own platform fighter. Who kn- like I don't know.
That would be cool. They
I
got
really
tons of
don't know.
stuff, dude.
Yeah.
It would be great.
Okay. Do you think if Sega was still making consoles with with Sonic, Yakuza, Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, like how successful do you think Sega would be? Like if they still had their own dedicated console.
I don't think they'd be successful at all. I
Huh?
don't. I don't think they would be because everything like most stuff they do would fail. And like Yakuza makes a lot of money in Japan and it does decently in America and it's still growing. Persona, like they don't do anything Persona. Like they do merchandise. So if Sega's like a part of our console sales comes from our merchandise stuff, then maybe they'll be successful. But in terms of gaming, like Super Monkey Ball, like Sega's got a lot of stuff. They
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff. They got Valkyria Chronicles, which is a really good game, and like they just I don't know.
Yeah.
Sega's taking their time. They need to
Yeah.
they need to hurry up and figure something out.
They're
Um,
gonna reboot Golden Axe.
wow.
It'll
I
just
mean,
be like a God of War ripoff.
damn. I mean, I don't know about that now, but like, I don't know. Like, I think people like a 2D beat 'em up. They do well. Like that Ninja Turtle game did well. Like, I just think Sega needs to find the right people, the right partners, to
Hmm.
help create games. It's just like, hey, let's make a game. Choose a good release date for the game. Like, if you want a game to do well, get a good release date. Have people, a spectrum of people who can play games and are known to at least be somewhat like popular and honest. So you could get people to like, hey, this is interesting. Like, there people talk about it. Maybe do a demo. Maybe if it's multiplayer, do like an early access beta or something like that. You gotta you just because game when a game dies nowadays, that franchise is pretty much dead. So you just gotta be careful because Marvel Avengers is dead.
Yep.
Next time we see the Avengers, they're gonna look different.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you because Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 did decently well. Do you think we could
Yeah,
see like a fourth one? Who or maybe just more DLC, who knows?
I like Ultimate Alliance. I think it's a great Marvel game, a great idea.
Yeah, cuz like
I
it's an easy way to have all the characters together.
and you could just do like comic storylines or whatever, or do the movie storylines somewhat. Like
Yeah.
it's not that crazy. It doesn't seem like you
Yeah.
just need developers who can make a game.
It was a
Like that's
Marvel
all you
game.
need.
The Marvel 3 came out in 2019, so of course they had to do Thanos.
Yeah.
So that was the big bad for that one.
I think a new one makes sense. Maybe not have it Switch exclusive.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Because I'm curious to why it was Switch. Because I'm like, there's no way it wouldn't have sold well and everything else. Like it would have sold like good on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. It would have, unless Nintendo's like, here's a big stack of cash. That's a game to me that's weird that it was
Yeah,
exclusive.
I don't think anybody would have been like, "Oh, I have to buy a Switch just for Marvel Ultimate Alliance."
The Black Order,
Yeah, exactly.
and it had a lot of DLC too. Like,
Yeah,
damn, dude.
yeah. I think I bought the DLC, but I didn't play much of it. Like the characters were cool, it had like Punisher, Moon Knight, Blade. Forgetting Go or no Ghost. I think Ghost Rider was in the base game.
Who made the game? Let me see real quick.
It was
Team
uh,
Ninja.
yeah.
Damn, they're good developers. They make good
Yeah.
games.
All right. Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean it was a decent time sink, I'd say.
Yeah, it looked
Um.
fun. I didn't put too much into it because like I forgot, but I did play it a lot.
Oh, okay, okay. Guess what? Perfect segue. All right. We can talk about this EA Marvel crossover.
Yeah, Marvel
Real.
money.
EA and Marvel Entertainment announce a multi-title collaboration. Let me zoom in so this is more readable, and then I have to do the recrop. All right. An all-new single-player, third-person action-adventure Iron Man video game is now in early development at Montreal-based Motive Studio.
Bam, Mode finally getting to make a game. Bam.
Today, today we announced we will collaborate with Marvel on a long-term deal to develop at least 3 new action-adventure games that will be available for consoles and PC. Each of these games will be their own original story set in the Marvel universe, with the first title in development being a single-player, third-person action-adventure Iron Man game coming out of Motive Studios. And quoting, it's like a quote in a quote. Okay. Okay. We have been longtime fans of Marvel and their impressive leadership, so this is a remarkable moment for our developers as well as our players and fans. Marvel's impressive leadership. That's funny. We look forward to welcoming Marvel into the EA family of creators and know this collaboration will produce exceptional experiences for our players. We can't wait to see players' reactions when they suit up as Iron Man to do extraordinary things the superhero is known for. So, do you have any hope for this supposed Iron Man game?
Okay, so let's first off, EA made a game called Anthem.
That's
Now,
basically Iron Man.
people have said that hey, the flight controls in Anthem are fantastic, but everything else is garbage. I think,
They're just gonna build off of Anthem's engine.
yeah, and they're gonna make it single player. And I think this game will look good. But here's my other issue. You see how they said 3 games? Like they told you, oh, we're making 3 games. Because when EA had a Star Wars license, they don't have the license 100% anymore because Ubisoft's making a Star Wars game. I'm pretty sure Disney's like, hey, we'll do a license with you, but you gotta like, we can't give you the full license because you guys just can't make games. Like you guys are taking too
Yeah.
damn long.
Oh yeah, because the Disney CEO at the time, Bob Iger, I'm pretty sure he like personally stepped into the Battlefront 2 stuff.
Yeah.
And then obviously EA lost that license or the exclusivity license, I should say.
Well, they're supposed to release like a game a year, like a Star Wars game a year. But like, and if it wasn't for Respawn, who made Jedi Fallen Order, like the best Star Wars game we've had in like maybe the last 10 years,
Since
like
Disney took over.
like it's a damn fine good game, and I'm excited for the sequel coming out next year because Respawn seems to know what they're doing. They seem to like. I'm surprised EA let them make a good game.
Yeah.
I'm dumbfounded. You know, that's
Yeah.
a good game for old Star Wars fans. Fallen Order is for the old fans, not for the new fans. You know, you can
Je-
like it, but it's for the old fans.
Jedi Fallen Order was though like it was the first new game I played on PC.
Yeah,
Or like relatively new, like because it came out in October, I believe.
yeah, and it's
I,
like a Dark Souls like, and it can be
yeah,
hard, like because I
it,
forget the parry and I get shot in the head and I just die.
yeah, that was like the first new game, and it was like impressive. I didn't like I was completely oblivious it ran on 30 FPS on consoles.
I'm shocked. I was, then I got that free PS5 upgrade, and now it's at 60. I'm like, ooh,
Ooh,
game feels
nice,
better.
nice.
And they
Yeah.
add like this. They supported the game for a year because they added a
Mhm.
bunch of like free content over like Respawn. Like you guys bring Titanfall back, guys.
Yeah,
Like
They
Trust
had
them, EA.
they initially had like DLC for like different colored lightsabers, I believe, but that just ended up being like free later on, I think, or that maybe that was a pre-order bonus. I don't know. Yeah, but there was the May
Yeah.
the 4th update, which I believe
Mhm.
that added like a new game plus, an Inquisitor costume, all that stuff. Yeah,
You
but
got like it's a good game. It's a good Star Wars game. It it's fun. It's
mhm.
got a nice challenge to it. Manic likes it, so you know it's the truth.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It's solid. It's no Persona 5, but Persona 5 ain't no Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay, do you know? So I feel like in the past few years, since this Battlefront 2 controversy, EA had a bit of redemption arc, but that's not because they did better. It might have been like since 2019. It's not because they've been doing better. It's just because every other company has been getting worse.
Um,
So EA no longer stands out as the bad company.
like let's see, they keep on doing FIFA and Madden and they're whatever. Battlefield 2042 was bad, but it looked bad from the
Oh,
beginning. But we
the
had It Takes
2042
Two.
could have been good. Like looking at those pre-release stuff, like because the EA Play 2021, that was one of the first things I ever like covered on this channel.
Yeah.
I thought Battlefield 2042 looked sick, but it just turned out to be trash.
After Star Wars Follower, they did Star Wars Squadrons, which I did play, but
Mm.
I couldn't. It was so fast. It made me sick.
Yeah, that
It
I
was
mean,
it was a lot.
isn't there a VR mode to that game?
Yeah, I think there's a VR mode because there's like
Mm.
multiplayer too, but I could never get into a match.
Yeah, that game
Um,
died pretty quickly. At least
yeah, it's
at
a
least
short game too. It was a short game. Like it like maybe 10 hours of content.
yeah. Oh, it like these games, like Battlefront 2 and Squadrons, they should have had crossplay.
Yeah,
Period. Because
that
on PC, Battlefront 2 was kind of dying until it was free on Epic. Then everybody like was in it, and like even if you got it on say Origin or Steam or Epic, you could still play together. But obviously, if you're on Xbox or PlayStation, you can't play with each other. You can't play with PC. I feel like for the final update, they should have just added that.
yeah, games have done that. Like when games are on their final leg, they do that stuff. And I'm just I'm because what has EA really? Because like in October was like in 2020 was a Star Wars game. I know
Oh,
we got a Need for Speed remaster.
yeah, yeah.
We got It Takes Two, and then we got Mass Effect Legendary Edition. There was Knockout City, which is now free to play, and I don't think
Yeah.
anyone plays that game anymore because it's like no one wants to play it.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
I'm not sure.
have they? Because there's the Dead Space game, but that's next year. They announced Wild Heart, a Monster Hunter game, but that's next year. Like I
Wait,
don't think
EA is doing Monster Hunter?
they're doing a Monster Hunter like game
Oh, okay, a light game.
with
Okay.
uh with uh with Omega Force, people that make the Dynasty Warrior games. It looks
Hmm.
good. It looks legitimately good. It's like a new IP and everything. It looks really good. Obviously it's inspired by Monster Hunter World, but I don't think they've released anything the last 2 years. I think that's why like they haven't done anything stupid because they've not really been releasing stuff besides a bunch of Sims DLC.
Yeah, yeah. They really the Sims is just like not in a good space, good place right now.
I'm literally looking, and like the only main thing they released in 2020, like besides DLCs and the Maddens, was Squadrons and a remaster for Need for Speed. That's and then last year was It Takes Two, Mass Effect, Knockout City, more DLC for Sims, and then Battlefield 2042. Um, so they have it. We got a new Need for Speed coming out this year, though. I don't know what's I know we got a Battlefield mobile game, but
Of course.
they got a bunch of games coming out. They got next year Dead Space. They got the Wild Heart. We got Jedi Fallen Order. We got a skate game that probably won't come out next year, but they got like next year seems to be some good games. So we'll see if they're like if they're like, hey, let's make our games legitimately good, because from what we understand, like they were making a new Dragon Age game that's supposed to be multiplayer, and then they got shut down after Jedi Fallen Order did good, and they just we're just going to remove multiplayer from that game. Maybe Jedi Fallen Order saved EA because it sold like. Do we remember?
It
Because
was a
like
decent amount.
they were shocked. Like it like the chairman like it shocked it just shocked them. Okay, it sold over 20 million.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's Marvel is doing a collaboration game with EA. It's presume like a multi-game collaboration. So there's gonna be more than just this one Iron Man game, and at least it's not exclusive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because the exclusivity is what really killed Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what really. I don't know. One is gonna be multiplayer. There's gonna be a Marvel multiplayer game. We know that. So, and there's like a Captain America and a Black Panther game coming out too. But I
Yeah,
don't know who's doing
and a
that one.
Wolverine game.
And a Wolverine game.
Yeah.
It's good
Yeah.
to be a non-Marvel movie fan.
All right, yeah, and before we move on, let me just get to some chats. Um,
Some chatters.
learning to live and survive in this crazy world says Sega works on the Hatsune Miku games. They own Renaissance of Fate, Valkyria Chronicles, Virtua Fighter. They own a lot of things people don't realize, and technically, they don't do much with them.
They
And
don't.
and technically, Bayonetta is Sega, even though Nintendo like co-own or I don't know funds the series.
Like I think they help fund the second game and they co-own the second game. So it can only be like it's like a deal, so it's like always gonna be on Nintendo. I think the same with 3 because
Okay.
1 has been ported to PS4 and stuff.
Yeah, and yeah. All right. Omega B says I have to disagree. It is EA. How many of their games have not been designed to be multiplayer or have it? Weren't they the same company that couldn't believe people would play single player only?
EA
Yeah.
back in the day had it where you bought their game, you would come with a multiplayer code. I mean, the only way you could play their multiplayer game is if it was a new copy.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because
They're the one that started it.
yeah, I don't remember when that quote was said, but obviously since then, Jedi Fallen Order came out, and more of the EA originals, such as It Takes Two, isn't really like single player, obviously not, but it's a cooperative game, right? It's not supposed to be like it's like a game you play through with a friend. It's not a massively online player based type game.
Yeah.
If yeah, I think there's a clear distinction between those two. Yeah. Yeah, and since then I feel like a lot of people have either like, not gotten fired, but like stepped down from like leadership in the company. Was it Patrick Soderlund? Was that his name? Who was like, "Don't like it, don't buy it," and then literally just left.
He's like, I don't like my job, so I'm leaving.
I mean, chances are he was given a golden parachute. It's like, okay, we won't say we fired you. Just say you resigned.
Yeah.
D-Day Dire Wolf says, didn't expect to like Persona 5 as much as I do. Glad I got for free on Game Pass. Yeah, I've been playing on Game Pass. I feel like it's the kind of game where if you don't complete it in enough time, it might just be cheaper to like buy it physically or buy it
Um,
yourself.
Here's something that I guess is interesting to the Manic fans. There's a game called Warhammer Vermintide 2. It's like a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
It say it's free. It's free if you get it. If you download it for free right now before November 7th, you get it for free. You get to keep it, and that's like usually a $40 game. So anyone out there that's
Is
interested in that Vermintide game, you can get it legitimately for free. It says free to keep when you get it before November 7th.
is it on Steam, this offer?
Yes, it's
Okay.
on Steam. So
All right.
like that's I know a lot of people like that game. I think the new one's coming out. So like
Yeah. Was
maybe you guys
was Vermintide 2 announced at the Game Awards last year?
no Dark Tide 2 was announced
Oh,
last.
okay.
Dark
Yeah.
Tide was announced. Vermintide's like I think Vermintide was it came out 2019 or something like that. But
Yeah,
that's
2018.
so it's like a very popular game. Like people like play it all the time. So it's like I know like it's like a dark, greedy shooter. So
Li-
that's something that
Literally,
maybe
a- as you said that, I literally just like opened Steam, like searched for Warhammer, clicked on Vermintide, and then just clicked add to account. That's literally all it was. That's all I had to do.
I mean, it's free. I mean, who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
people in your server might be interested in playing it together, and that's like a free
Yeah.
game.
That'd be cool. Yeah, by the way, join the server. Yeah, we had a cool Halloween watch party. Uh
Halloween.
yeah, we watched the regular show Halloween special. I forget exactly what it was
That's good.
called.
Very
Yeah, it
solid.
might have been like the first one because I know they did like five of them. Like Terror Tales of the Park, whatever.
Mm.
And we watched SpongeBob and Smiling Friends Halloween specials. Yeah. So
It's also good.
yeah.
The
All right. Let's go on to The Witcher. The
Witcher.
The Witcher. All right, and the game, the first game, The Witcher is getting remake,
That's good.
real.
The
Yeah.
first game's a little rough.
It's a rough.
It's, a little,
Well, I
it's
actually
fun though.
I do have the first game, and it's gonna be rebuilt from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5.
It's gonna look good, and
Yeah,
it's a different company doing it.
yeah.
I think they got to.
Like like obviously Unreal Engine 5 is pretty new, so I'm not sure exactly how proficient developers are gonna be in it yet.
Yeah,
But like I keep hyping this up. Unreal Engine 5 is powerful. All right,
it
you can
is.
have a lot of stuff on screen.
It has a lot of like they create a lot of little systems that just makes optimizing your game a lot easier. Like one of the things is like you have different presets of the same model, so that as you zoom out, you can like make a like lesser version of the model to keep like optimization. So you don't have to make 15 models of the same character when you do different cutscenes. You can just keep the same model, and they're like that speeds up development considerably. So
Yeah,
that's and I worked in Unreal Engine 4 for a few years. Um, that is a fantastic thing. So
yeah,
I would expect that when you see an Unreal Engine 4 or Unreal Engine 5 game from a major like developer, it's going to be pretty staggering of the quality that we're going to see.
yeah. I can't wait to see Fortnite 2 on
Yeah.
Unreal Engine 5.
You're gonna see you're gonna see like signs and foliage and like grass and rocks. They're gonna look really good. They're gonna look real, and you're probably gonna see less popping in games now, just in general.
Yeah, yeah, because
So
it does that whole Spyro strategy where like automatically too, where it just like
yep,
they'll just condense into lower polygon forms when you're very far away or just not in view.
yeah. So
It's it's
that's
it's great.
pretty crazy. Yeah, and like some games are getting ported. Like I know they said like Kingdom like they said Kingdom Hearts 4, which is earlier in development. They said like they switched to Unreal Engine 5 and like nothing messed up for them, so they're just
Ooh.
continuing as normal. So like they're early in development, but they said like whatever they had already down from Kingdom Hearts 3, they had no issue transferring.
That's actually really cool.
And I'm assuming the same with Final Fantasy 7 Remake
Uh,
2 because that's also Unreal Engine.
ooh. So do you think we would be seeing enhanced re-release ports, but it's ported to the Unreal Engine 5?
Literally, like they said they're going to port Fortnite to it. So we're, who knows, man? And maybe they're going to add that Fortnite first person mode.
That'd actually be really cool. Cause that'd actually be a very substantial difference.
Yeah. I
Um
think if it doesn't break, like if all the system, like if you used all the like the systems in your Engine 4 and you ported it to 5, unless you customly made some stuff, most stuff should transfer like fairly easily.
all right. Yeah, this is pretty hype. I can't wait because we've just been getting a lot of remakes recently. I want to see some
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, yeah, Unreal Engine. I want to see how this would go. 'Kay, Unreal Engine 5. So do we know if the Unreal Engine 5 could run on phones?
Uh, I don't know.
But
They could
yeah,
always
like
make a portable version of it.
yeah, that'd be interesting to see because like obviously the phone market probably is pretty big for Fortnite. I don't know if it still is, but that is the thing, and also Fortnite is still on the one PS4 and Switch. Yeah, so that would be important. All right, let's read the quote. The Witcher is where it all started for us, for CD Projekt Red. It was the first game ever made, and it was a big moment for us. Going back to this place and remaking the game for the next generation of gamers to experience, it feels just as big, if not bigger, said Adam Badowski, head of studio CD Projekt Red. Collaborating with Fool's Theory on the project is just as exciting as some of the people who have been previously involved with the Witcher games. They know the source material well, they know how much gamers have been looking forward to seeing the remake happen, and they know how to make incredible and ambitious games. And although it will take some time before we're ready to share more about and from the game, I know it'll be worth the wait. That yeah, I want to see. I want to see because this could be very impressive. Do you think this could beat out The Witcher 3 in terms of remake? Or just in terms of like head to head comparison, Witcher remake, Witcher 3. Okay. Oh. All right. So moving on. I didn't know he went AFK for a second. Uh, reading a super chat. Channel 1800 Dumb for New Zealand $5 says, likes up, bros. Salute '07. Real. Real. If you have not liked the stream already, please do. And also, while you're at it, might as well share, comment, all of that good stuff. All right. And for more Witcher news, the Witcher TV show. You remember that? Uh, The Witcher TV series is replacing Henry Cavill. Yeah, that was like the one good thing about the Witcher TV series. It was Henry Cavill. I'm pretty sure there's a supercut of the Witcher series, at least season 1, and it's just the Henry Cavill scenes. Netflix has announced they're replacing Henry Cavill as Geralt in the Witcher TV series. While the Witcher TV series hasn't even premiered its third season, which Cavill still stars as Geralt, they've confirmed Liam Hemsworth is replacing him with the TV adaptation's fourth run. So I think this may be due because the timing is actually pretty impeccable. I think this is because not just I mean, you kind of have to spoil. Let's just say Henry Cavill is back as Superman. Thank goodness. That like because Henry Cavill as Superman perfectly cast right there. Yeah,
Absolutely, I agree.
yeah. So I think we had to sacrifice Henry Cavill as Geralt for Henry Cavill as Superman.
Um, we also do know that Henry Cavill was very unhappy with whatever's going on in season 3 of Witcher.
Yeah, fair. Because I'm pretty sure in season 2, like throughout, like between season 1 and season 2, he's just been getting less scenes in the show.
Well, he's people gotta understand that he's a big fan of Witcher.
Yeah,
So he didn't want to be Geralt because of money. He really wanted to play one of his favorite like book and gaming characters. Like
yeah,
he this is like a passion thing for him. And then everything came out how like The Witcher's gonna deviate from the books.
yeah,
And they did a lot and they did a lot in the second season. And it literally seems like he's not happy with it, and now he gets to be Superman again. So I think him leaving is probably the best bet because he seems to be a guy who's like, I know there's issues with Superman, but I know we can do a good Superman. Like he seems
yeah,
to be someone who cares about what he's doing, and he does. I don't think he is feeling it anymore as Garrow. I don't think he likes what's going on. So for seeing him leaving is probably like a moral thing for him too.
yeah. He's just he can't stand by and watch as like the whole franchise is desiccated.
Yeah, it's
See,
crazy.
See, Henry Cavill actually has balls, unlike Mark Hamill. I went,
That I
I
get. I
went
mean,
there.
like, I mean, yeah. I mean, he's pretty. He has no. I don't know how much. Like, he's on a bunch of other stuff. And I'm pretty sure he's got money. So he literally just like. I mean, he's working because he loves it, and which is something you
Yeah,
can appreciate.
yeah, and I think we have fans of The Witcher. They issued a petition asking Netflix to keep Henry Cavill as Geralt of Rivia and replace the show's writers instead.
Yeah, most of them's never read the books or know nothing about the book,
Yeah,
which is something that they said at the beginning that yeah, we're big fans of the Richer series and we're big fans of the book. And like the reason, because there's issues with how they did the first season, but there's like a legitimate reason why they did it. Like, oh, well, you're a Witcher fan, you want to bring new fans in, and now it just seems like they're just throwing that out the window. So I'm like, because I've read most of the Witcher books, I've not
yeah,
finished it because like they're a little tough to read. There's a lot of weird words in it.
yes.
My
Uh,
smooth brain.
yeah. It's just this is such a smooth brain decision.
It's weird. Yeah. Like a lot of people said just like cast an older actor and do a time skip.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Like
that could
they
totally work.
wanted they wanted Mads Mikkelsen.
Mm,
Um and like he's a good actor. He's not as he won't be as buff as Henry because Henry's just jacked for he was just born jacked. But like I don't know, like getting it like an older actor to do like that would work, right? You
uh-huh.
could do that.
Is there a
I don't
time
know.
skip in the books?
There's some time like he's a witcher so he ages differently, but
Oh,
you could
okay.
but like there is time does pass a little bit because the Witcher books have one they're focused on one thing which is like Ciri the girl and stuff and there's
Yeah.
other stories outside and short stories or whatever but there's I don't know man like I like the first season the second season has a lot of good moments but it's weird and it felt cheap in some places I don't have any faith for a third season. And then like the
Yeah.
fourth, like we already know we're getting a fourth season, and we know it's gonna be a different actor. I just don't
Yeah.
know, man. I just don't know if that's gonna work.
Do,
We might they might get canceled. Like people might not even
yeah.
watch the third season.
Yeah, do you, like I feel like announcing this ahead of the third season probably was a huge mistake. It's like,
It's
oh, Henry Cavill's not gonna keep being Witcher. Why would I want to continue?
or maybe Henry Cavill's like I'm not under contract, so I can say this is my last season, so they want to get it out of the way beforehand.
I feel because I think Netflix announced it, not Henry Cavill.
Yeah, but like I'm sure like he probably would have said something eventually. So like let's just
Yeah.
do this, get it out. He also returned to Superman, so people are
Yeah.
gonna be scared,
Yep.
because I don't even know if season three's done yet being filmed or not. I have no idea.
So it's gonna premiere in the summer of 2023.
Okay, so it's probably either done or doing final bits of it. I don't know about this guy replaced him now. I don't know. I don't
Liam
know, dude.
Hemsworth.
They don't like. You're gonna have to get a lot paler, longer hair, white hair. I don't know that he might do a legitimately good job. He might do a legitimately good job. But switching 3 seasons in, that's rough, man. That's kind of
Yeah.
hard. Like there's no way. Like it does. It's just it's whoosh. It's tough, tough.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be weird. Uh, I mean, I
Like
highly doubt Liam Hemsworth is as much of a fan as Henry Cavill, right?
yeah, but here's the thing too. Like, well, it's not gonna follow the books any. Like by season four, they're gonna be in the future fighting dragons and flying cars. So it's gonna be something completely different. So
Yeah, yeah. So, Rip Bozo to the Witcher TV series. It was
man,
literally carried by Henry Cavill. That's it.
my issue is The Witcher 3 literally the Witcher series literally had the potential to be like Game of Thrones. It had the potential. There's enough
Yeah.
stuff out there. There's enough content. They could have covered the books and then covered the games. Like they had potential,
Dude,
but
it so could have,
it's
and they
got wasted.
squandered it. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Netflix smooth brain decisions.
I know.
Do you think season three will have a soft ending?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. I guarantee they're going to do something like that. Guaranteed. They're probably getting on a cliffhanger. They're, but see, like they killed off characters that didn't die in the book. So it's already different. There's already some differences. Um, And
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just it's about to be weird. It's about to be weird.
Yeah, so Sir Yeetus in chat, he's saying Henry said he will quit if the producers didn't follow the lore.
Yeah,
So he may have just
yeah.
followed up on that promise. That's probably what happened.
He's been a big advocate of I think the Witcher books are fucking great
Yeah.
and I want to make sure we keep up to the source material. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. I think it was he played Witcher 3 and then he's like and he just read all the books. He's like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
shit's great. I love it. It's great." He's like, "Oh, because they said he would walk around in his armor at his house so that the armor would look worn in and stuff, and they had to switch out because he was so jacked. He was rubbing the leather, and it like just it's just I don't know, man. Like
Causing
he's
issues.
great. He's a great Geralt. He's a great Geralt. He did a legitimate good job.
All right. Yeah, I think yeah, we've said our piece on the Witcher remake and the Witcher TV series. So,
Witchers.
we'll talk about the PlayStation VR now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, so PlayStation's releasing the VR2, which launches in February 2023 for $549.99, which is $50 more than the PlayStation 5.
I just don't like. I'm not a VR person. I'm not. But I'm just like, why would you buy the beautiful PS5 and just ruin it with getting a VR set?
Yeah.
Why would you do? I think you can buy a VR ready PC for maybe $500 if you go to the right place. Like there's like and then you because like VR games don't look like they don't look spectacular.
Yeah.
they ain't holding a candle. Like there ain't no game of the year that's a VR game. It ain't happening anytime soon.
I mean, there is Half-Life Alex.
They actually no, that's actually apparently that's apparently coming to this.
Oh, okay. If this is coming to PlayStation VR, then that's gonna be an enticing get
Does it,
for.
does every VR like does it mention if the VR two comes with any games?
Let
Like
me
does it just come
check.
with a game?
Uh, so PlayStation Network users can sign up for an invitation pre-order on the company's official site. Uh,
That
the
doesn't work.
Janu- the virtual reality headset will come with the following options. So the VR2, here's the pricing and bundles. Uh, so PlayStation VR2, its recommended retail price includes PSVR 2 headset, PSVR 2 Sense controllers, and stereo headphones. So not the $550 model.
There's got to be a free game. There has to be a free game day one.
Uh, PlayStation
Like a
VR 2 Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle. That looks like it's gonna have a game, but it's gonna be $50 more expensive. It includes the PlayStation Store voucher for Horizon Call of the Mountain, PS VR 2 headset, PS VR 2 Sense controllers, and stereo headphones. So, you're gonna get a game for Horizon Call of the Mountain, but it's gonna be digital.
yeah.
So, yeah, like I don't know, like does VR inherently need internet to work, or can it just like through Bluetooth or wireless or or wired just connect to the system?
Because you hook it up, and you play a game. You don't need the internet, but sometimes there's updates in the system itself, for like optimization or whatever.
Yeah,
So you could probably get some like play some games out of the box.
yeah.
But again, VR one games don't work on VR two.
Oh,
Yes, it's very important
oh,
because like this is different. VR two is using completely different sensors, different systems. This is basically the remake of VR one.
this is the PlayStation 3 all over again.
Yeah, the VR two is completely like it can't like it's like if developers want to do VR two updates, they can. But like I'm sure like Moss two or something will. But like as far as I know, no games I've seen yet that have been confirmed to get an update yet.
Oh, bruh. Okay.
I know
Yes.
there's a Star Wars VR game, but it's just like a enhanced version because
Yeah.
they've like they delisted the original one and just enhanced it for everything.
Of course they delist the original version. Yeah, well, I
Okay, all right, okay.
let,
So
let, let me contact PlayStation. Maybe I can get a review a review set come in.
So Resident Evil Village will have a VR mode. Um,
Okay,
Resident
is it
Evil
VR mode
4,
or a separate VR game Resident Evil
it's
8
in
for sold
if you
separately?
if you own PS5 version of Village,
Okay, okay.
so you
Cuz
get that.
I'm pretty sure Bethesda sold Skyrim VR and Doom VR separately, correct?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did. They're
okay.
separate. No Man's Sky, like it, if you own No Man's Sky in general, you'll get the PS5 version, which has a VR
Okay.
mode. There's a Walking Dead VR game. There's a sequel to it. Here's one game, Firewall Ultra. It's getting an update, and then the Dark Picture. That's like a choice game, and then a bunch of games that look like not. Halo Neighbors getting a VR game.
um
Uh,
has Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach already been announced for the VR too?
let's see. Actually, there's a list of them. That
Yeah,
Five
because
Nights.
Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach is getting DLC next year. So if that's kind of stuck on the VR one, that could probably be an issue. Like I'm assuming more people will probably have a VR one. Like if we give it 6 months, not enough people will have the VR two yet. But yeah, I mean that'd be kind of weird. So yeah, the VR headset is more expensive than the console itself, and if you want a game, that's gonna be $100 more than the PlayStation 5.
Crazy. But again, like if you want to do that stuff, I guess if that's like your thing, if you want to be a VR, it's just
Yeah.
not me.
But yeah, like for the last what 8 years, it's like people have been pushing VR, and it hasn't really like the closest thing to being like affordable has been like the Oculus Quest.
Yeah. VR is like for the people that are making the VR headsets, they've been profitable because they're not releasing too many games like from their own stuff. So like because the PlayStation VR did well, like it did well, it
Yeah.
made money, but they barely made any games themselves, right? So it all
Yeah.
came from other people going out of their way making games, right? Sony's like, look, we're just like you guys. If you make it, you make it. We'll trust you.
Doesn't Spider-Man have a VR mode, or is that a mod?
There is a separate Spider-Man VR game.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
that's like a free to play experience.
Yeah,
I think it's like
I played that. I played that briefly. Yeah, I mean, like it's just like, oh, it's a cool thing to have for like 10 minutes, and
that
then
makes sense though. Like going through the city, like
yeah,
that's like easy a $30 game, and you can like shoot people with your webs
yeah.
and stuff like that. That
Like
seems like an easy win.
most VR games are just for the novelties. Like, oh, I'll play this from 10 to 30 minutes, and then probably never again.
I think like the first like substantial one was like Resident Evil 7 had a VR mode because they announced that
Yeah,
when the game was coming out that you could play it in VR, and then after
yeah.
that we've got like some games. I wonder if Resident Evil 4 VR is coming. Because
Ooh, yeah,
that's interesting. Or are they going to do Resident Evil 4 VR from the new one and do a VR version of that?
yeah,
Who
yeah.
knows? I don't think there's a first person mode
See,
announced for Resident Evil 4 remake. I think they're
yeah,
not.
for this to get more widely adopted, I just think like the technology to has to get less expensive, and I know like nothing is getting less expensive anytime soon, but
Well, the
still,
issue, you're locked into like a headset, so you're locked into how good the lenses are and how
yeah,
good the sensors are. And while you can get better, like when you do a console, you're locked in like because like I think VR like they have like the little like joysticks that you can use for like PC. They get like improved versions, and then games will get updated where oh you can use the new joystick or not. You're kind of stuck with what you get in VR and
yeah,
PlayStation. You're kind of stuck. Then there's like updated headsets. It's like there's limits to what you can do.
hmm,
And I just feel that it's just too much.
yeah, yeah. That's been PlayStation VR. I forgot to change the topic card. Well,
It's okay.
ain't that unfortunate?
No.
Okay, so wait, let me just. Okay. So we're just gonna go through some of these lesser stories real quick. Destroy All Humans Clone Carnage goes free to play.
Oh my god. For real?
Well,
That is hilarious.
the multiplayer spin-off is now free to play on Windows PC via Steam and Xbox. It still hilariously costs 2 cents on PlayStation 4. The game was also a free bonus to users who pre-ordered Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed.
So Destroy All Humans 2 failed.
Has it? I mean, has it not? It hasn't even come out yet, right?
I thought it already came out.
Wait, well, okay. I'm a fact check. I'm gonna pull that up,
We,
Jamie.
we talked about this game like 6 months ago.
Yeah, yeah.
We legitimately had a conversation about this. Yeah, it's out. It came out a couple months ago.
Bruh.
I like Destroy All Humans 2. I really like the game, but I didn't know it was out. Like I'm like, it's out, right? Yeah, it is out. I can't take like he's got these little like things in the back of his head that move, and it just freaks me out.
It's literally the Neo world ends with you.
And the humans look really bad in this game. Like humans
Oh.
look really bad in this game. I don't know how, and it's also exclusive on. It's like next gen exclusive.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So like, but the humans don't look. Humans look like 480p. They don't look good. But if you were to play any of the Straw Humans, 2 is probably the best to play because it's the funniest and stuff. I don't know if they changed anything, but like, it's you go to Britain land and you meet the Britain people.
Yeah, so yeah, let me look up on Steam right now. Let me just search up Destroy All Humans, see if I can get that multiplayer spin-off.
August 30th. The
What
game's only 40
clone?
bucks. It's not a clone
Yeah.
rampage.
Okay, so on the Steam page, Clone Carnage, all recent reviews are mixed, and from all reviews are mostly negative.
Damn.
So yeah, that mostly negative. That is quite harsh.
Because it's not free to play yet. They haven't got all the true gamers yet.
Real. See, no, yeah, nobody ever knew. And this came out November 2nd. This came out, was that? Yeah, yesterday. So this is like relatively recently.
Damn.
Unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunate. So, and also, The Last of Us TV show sets premiere date to early 2023.
This got leaked, so like they had to announce it right after it got leaked. So they so like maybe they're waiting for another show when nothing was going to happen. They're just going to pull this out.
Just like, HBO Max, like, oh yeah, we're not gonna have a lot of content for the next few weeks. But they pulled Harry Potter for like 2 months and then brought it
Yeah,
back.
that makes no sense to me. That blew my like. You're going to pull it for 2 months? That makes no sense. You dummies. Like watch it because it's on Peacock. It's on Peacock too. So.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It's I mean, I don't. This actually doesn't look like from this screenshot. It doesn't look bad, honestly.
As long as Joel chokes someone out and the girl playing Ellie stabs a guy, I'll be okay. I'll be
Uh,
okay.
as long as Joel dies exactly as he does in the second game, I'll
I,
be
I'm
fine.
I am positive that if they do a second season, it's not. I don't think they're going to even touch 2. I don't think they're going to, because
Yeah.
first off, how dare you say you're going to kill off Pedro? How dare you, Pascal? He's amazing.
Like I because this is taking place in between 1 and 2.
Well,
So
I'm not sure because like they're like it's going to differ and we're going to redo some stuff and we're going to make so who knows what
oh
flashback city we're going to face.
yeah, could this be a whole separate continuity?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? And, okay, by the way, while we're in D.R. Wolf says Destroy All Humans 2 was good back then. Yeah.
Back in the day.
Back
The good old days.
back in the day. Nicholas Pagalone says, "Did you see the video YouTube made about Technoblade?" Yeah, so YouTube itself made a Technoblade video. I did not hear about that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Spry Fox is getting acquired by Netflix, and Spry Fox has developed Cozy Grove. So this is another developer in the Netflix lineup. So So, Spry Fox is now their sixth in-house game development studio, who are currently working on Cozy Grove 2 alongside a larger non-violent MMO.
Hmm.
Hmm,
A game
interesting.
company need to just to go die.
We're Yeah, I mean, has like no, like I know Netflix is trying to get into the video
Mobile
game.
game,
Yeah,
mobile
yeah.
games. They're all mobile games. They all work on your phone.
All of them, are they?
Yeah, everyone's through the mobile app.
Because I heard something. This was maybe a year or so back that Netflix was gonna like include video games on their subscription plan.
Yeah, but I know the games so far they're included, but they're included through the mobile game, so or the mobile app. So like you have to use your phone because we're
Okay.
like it won't be on PC, right? It won't be on consoles. So
Who cares?
yeah, I don't know
Oh,
what they're doing, dude.
real.
They stop. Just make some money. Stop dipping your toes and stuff.
So true. So this most of you probably won't know about who this is, but Twitter user Nibel or Nibelian. This is kind of funny, but kind of sad because I use him quite a bit when researching topics for the show.
Yeah, and reviews. Like
Yeah,
he posts every possible person that reviews a game. He posts them and stuff, so we can just. It was easy to see a game's review and and then the people that post stuff in the comments.
yeah, and about a month ago or so, he
Hmm.
announced a Patreon, and
He puts like 10 hours a day into the Twitter stuff. Like he
I
puts a
th-
lot of time in gathering information. He would reveal stuff and rumors and things.
does he? I mean, okay. I mean, I feel like spending 10 hours a day on Twitter. That
It's a
like,
lot.
yeah, that's a lot, but it's something. It's not something valuable enough to like pay for, you know.
He was gonna like make a Discord server and stuff, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, maybe I should have donated to his Patreon. Who knows?
Mhm.
After some introspection, I made the decision to focus my time and energy elsewhere and move on from Twitter. This marks the end of my video game coverage and my active participation on this platform. Thanks to everybody for the fun times. Farewell, Nibel. Yeah, it's a tad unfortunate. I have to put in more effort to look for video game news.
But this, I like the dude. Like he would share stuff. He would comment on things. He would say, "Hey, what this guy's saying is false news." Stuff. He's like, "I can confirm that this isn't true." Like he was useful,
Hmm.
but just to just vanish, like I'm done. Like it's over. I'm like, he must have got like $2 on his Patreon. It must have hurt his soul.
Yeah, and
Like
that's been the last thing he tweeted.
it's just, it shocks me that this got him this bad. Like, I can understand, like, hey, you put a lot of time in it. He gets a lot of comments and stuff. He gets a lot of interactions, and he does the Patreon. I don't know how much money he got on Patreon. I have no idea, but at least it was something. And then it just wasn't enough. And then he's just like, I can't do this. And I don't know, like because he came out and he's like, yeah, I've been doing this for free, and I'm like, well, of course you're doing it for free. You don't make money off Twitter. I mean, people thought
I
he was getting paid for this. I'm
Wait,
like, what are you guys talking?
couldn't it like what wouldn't he be eligible for like the super follow feature?
He's not a fan of Twitter too. One of my he doesn't have faith in the Twitter platform. That's his whole thing.
Huh.
Because like I think he was verified, wasn't he?
I mean, I don't know. Like he didn't remove it, or I don't know.
He, he
I honestly don't think he was verified because Twitter barely verified anybody. Because like
yeah.
even like Call Me Carson wasn't verified. What
Yeah, well, I mean, he'll never be verified again.
is Dream even verified?
I don't know. Is his face verifiable? Is it worth the verify?
Like I know like back in the day he wasn't even verified. So yeah. Uh yeah, moving on. Gungrave Gore reveals Brandon Heat character skin.
Bringing heat. He's bringing the heat. Look how big that
Real.
gun is in his hand. That's
the,
just nuts,
the
dude.
like that's just a big hand right there.
That's a he could throw some potatoes at you and like 7 of them at a time. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know anything about. Oh wait, Gungrave Gore will be on Xbox Game Pass for Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud on day one, alongside the recently announced November 22nd release. Cool, very cool.
Yeah. I played the old Gungrave. It's cool. I'm
All right.
excited to see that the series somehow survived.
Yeah, so I think that might be everything. So I think we might just go to the chat now.
Uh, Hold on. Is that everything? Are we sure?
Or actually,
I think we're missing one thing.
are we? Are we?
We might be.
Every time this happens, that's basically it. But there is one thing. There is one thing, and it's literally peak. So okay, probably. So Full Metal Alchemist Mobile. This probably isn't surprising because Persona 5 has to be in every gacha. But Persona 5 is collaborating with Full Metal Alchemist Mobile. Like, yeah,
Take your
that's
heart, man.
take your heart. This is this is cool. It'd been cooler if this game was out in English. Or
Yeah.
just like outside of Japan, so I don't have to only play it through BlueStacks.
Yeah, I know.
Or
Did they show the models of the characters in the trailer?
yes, it actually looks really good. Yeah, so that's like the art. Like, it's still in character, but it fits the style of the game. And then here, this is incredibly low. Okay, wait. Oh, 1440p. Let's try that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's smooth.
Look at that. That's what he does in the video game.
That's exactly what he does. Ooh.
And he pulled out the Glock.
Ooh. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, so yeah, this actually blends in quite well. Look at that. Look at that. He's
then rip his face off. Grab his skin and rip it off. Reveal true form.
Yeah, and it's just so cool. Just like Joker goes in on a guy and then Edward immediately after.
The crossover we deserve.
Real. Yeah, if only we could have a real Full Metal Alchemist video game that's not for consoles and PC.
They're gonna show Joker and Edward beside each other, or he's just too tall. They can't do that. It'd be disrespectful.
I mean, there's this art piece, so that's the closest thing.
Damn, Joker's like 10 times taller than Edward.
I mean, like with the like sort of, because like the final episode, there's a like 1 year time skip, right?
He gains like 1 inch.
I mean, he actually got he got taller than Winry, or actually, he got taller than Winry throughout the series.
He was aging, progression.
Yeah, real. He grew bigger as a like 13-year-old child does. Is he 13? I don't know.
I thought it was like 14 or something.
It's different between 2003 and manga. So it's a weird, or actually I think it's different in all three versions.
It's hard to tell the ages of anime characters because there's no consistency even when they grow up.
Yeah, like I think like Edward's like the youngest in 2003. I think the manga might be a bit older than 2003, and then Brotherhood's older than the manga.
Possibly.
So, or I'm honestly not. It might be the same as the manga. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think that's it. That's it for the gaming news. So yeah, we will. If you're watching this on the podcast on audio, we'll end it right there. Thank you much for listening. For all of us watching live on YouTube, we will read your chats for a little bit before we go offline. So yeah. AC says, can you read video game news in character voices like Mr. Cuckold? Mr. Cuckold. Well, thing is, the article writer has to be acting like a cuckold for me to give it the cuckold voice. I don't want the cuckold voice to lose its meaning.
It's all
right.
It's for cuck and cuck only.
It's special. It's special for special occasions. Right? Yeah. for my cuckold simulator. D Dyer Wolf says only saw Full Metal Alchemist 2003, skipped Brotherhood. That is I mean, I feel like you should probably watch, bro. I mean, I'm assuming you watched 2003 probably like many years ago, but
The only right thing to do is to watch,
oh
brother.
wait, actually, if you haven't seen Conquer of Shambhala, you probably should,
Ooh, yeah,
because
that's
that
right. A complete
that's
story.
like that's like the actual ending to 2003, which I like. So some people don't like it. It's like I it's like a whole Conquer of Shambhala is basically like a season 3, but just into a movie.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I feel like imagine 2023, Square Enix or Studio Bones announced like, oh, we're gonna make a season 3 to 2000 for Full Metal Alchemist 2003. Just literally accept, because Full Metal Alchemist is Square Enix's most what valuable manga property, I think.
Yeah. That has a reasonable success.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like just like, yeah, let's just continue on for 2003. Just do that. Just like, kind of make the movie its own series, so we can properly see the character arcs for Winry, Izumi Curtis, and Roy Mustang.
Yeah.
AC says, should the FMA movie be considered canon? There's like, so I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about the what is it called, the
Star.
Brotherhood movie. Yeah, Sacred Star of Milos. Uh, I probably wouldn't. I haven't even seen it. I know enough about it to know it's like, it's kind of lame.
Its own thing's weird.
Yeah, it's like it's basically the standard like shonen filler movie.
Yeah. Go place, go somewhere, an item, a MacGuffin, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah, and a new character that like that character is the only one with a real character arc. The, that's it. And like Roy Mustang and Riza Hawkeye are just there for no reason.
Yeah.
And also there's an obvious Yoki clone. Just like he's basically doing the same thing, which it would have been cool. It's like if Studio Bones was like, okay, well, we kind of missed out on Yoki in Brotherhood, so let's just like have this Yoki replacement. It's like it doesn't matter because Yoki's gonna come back, not this new like movie character. Yeah. AC is like basically what DBS. I'm assuming that means DBZ did it with turning the movies into a season.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Super, like everything's being turned into movies now.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like if Studio Bones wants to do that, that'd be pretty epic. I mean, listen, nobody can even watch 2003
They're-
legally
yeah,
anymore.
it's impossible. It's just like it's dead.
But I have the DVDs, so
You gotta preserve it.
real. I think I got it like last year, so like right before Netflix took it off.
Yeah, it's crazy. They just threw it away.
Real.
Probably licensing issues, or who knows what's going on.
Yeah. Crunchyroll doesn't even have 2003 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because like honestly, like Studio Bones, when I thought of like anime studios, I thought of Studio Bones or something like obviously Studio Ghibli, but that's more of the movie stuff. Well, I'm thinking about anime. Like I used to be like say like 4 6 years ago, it was Studio Bones, but now it's like it's Mappa now.
Yeah.
They own everything. I don't know. Like if there's a pissing contest between Mappa and Bones, that'd be pretty funny. Yeah.
There's a lot of studio, or they do like one really really good anime, and they just disappear. They never do it again.
like Madhouse, or I don't know, Madhouse did some like stuff like from the top of my head, there's Trigun, Death Note, and One Punch Man. It's season 1.
They did all of Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, oh yeah. All right, yeah, yeah. So okay, yeah. Madhouse does not apply. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not too in depth on the anime studio question to really like dig deep into that stuff.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you're just like, if an anime's not amazing or it's not like your cup, like you kind of just like you just move on from the next stuff. So sometimes, if an anime like if like I keep on seeing this, you put it together and realize who it is, but sometimes it's just like I just want to move on.
Yeah, D. Dire Wolf says Wit Studio Trigger and Ufotable or Ufotable. I think that's how you pronounce
Yeah.
it. Are my
UFO.
faves.
They have so much money. They have infinite money. Like that Fate Grand Order has made them where they can do anything.
And then Demon Slayer. Don't
Yeah.
don't sleep on Demon Slayer. that yeah, I actually got the whole Demon Slayer manga now, so I can read ahead and then troll 13-year-olds.
Read the last chapter and be confused.
Yeah, I'm like I heard the cover for the last chapter is actually a spoiler, so
I
I
think
probably
it is.
yeah.
Yeah, it
So
is. It is. It is. It is.
I want to like is like for the stuff that's been covered by the anime so far, has there been significant deviant or changes or anything?
No, that I think. I
Okay,
think they're like some things are shortened. Like,
yeah,
or like I think maybe like a conversation was like maybe rearranged, but they've been pretty like it's like Demon Slayer is solid. Like the story is solid, right? And the animation makes it a million times better, but it's a solid story.
yeah,
It's got a good concept. It's got good characters, good fights in it. I'm not saying it's incredible, but the anime totally makes it like awesome. And
yeah,
if someone really likes Demon Slayer, I can't fault them for it because there's a lot of shitty anime out there that have really great art styles and really great animation, but they're shit and people love it. At least Demon Slayer has a good story.
yeah, yeah, and also like Tanjiro, he like his motivations are like kind of it's not like simple or it's not exactly simple, but it's not exactly in depth, but it's also not being noble for the sake of being noble because he wants to find a way to turn his sister back.
Yeah, like he loves his family, right? And like
Yeah,
he made this his mission, and like I don't
it's
think that's stupid or a dumb character arc or story. I
yeah,
think that's it's interesting. And then you have other characters who supplement that stuff. So like you know, an anime is more than just one character. It's
yeah,
more than so.
yeah, like because he doesn't want to get like revenge on the demons, but he's not like the reason he is he kind of like understands the demons like like pretty much every major demon like has some like
He's
tragic
got he's got
backstory.
he's got a little Naruto in him where he cries for his enemy.
Yeah,
He got a little bit of
yeah,
that.
yeah,
He
but
does.
that's because he is uh he that's because he is like he has his sister as a demon, so it's like it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's just continue on chat. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of chats calling Demon Slayer mid.
Damn.
uh
Damn.
yeah, Son of Thor says Bones works on My Hero. That was big 4 to 6 years ago, but like obviously I watched like up until season 2, and then like
Yeah.
I kind of got busy. It's not like I got turned off on it at all, but like the fan
It,
base, no.
my hero's good. My hero's good. The manga's good. The anime's good. But I'm telling you, man. For some reason, it's hard for me to watch a lot of My Hero in a row. I don't know why. It's kind of hard for me. So I have to take breaks because like when I finished season 3, like I split up into like 5 parts.
Hmm.
It was just tough. I can't explain. I like My Hero. I like the characters. I like the fights. I like the powers and stuff. It's interesting, but man, it's got some of the worst characters in the world too. It's too much tears. Like give
Yeah,
everything, give it some time. But it's good. Like I read the manga, and the anime I haven't watched. Like I think we're in season 6 now. I've not watched 5 or 6.
yeah. Um, Oh yeah, D Wolf says I he wants UFO table to work on Berserk.
That would be.
That'd be
Ooh,
epic.
I was
That
like,
would,
ooh,
I want to see how that would be.
a lot of there's a lot of scenes. I don't know if I want to see in that high of a quality. I don't know. I don't know if I want to. It might be too much for me. It might be a lot. Berserk's great. Berserk's great. If you want a really mature story and you want to see some mature situations, Berserk's right up there, and some of the best art in all of manga, like hands down.
Dude.
But there's like panels that are just like shockingly better than like a single ant. Just so much, and they keep on doing CGI. Leave CGI alone.
Yeah, okay, like regardless of CGI, the 2016 Berserk is just not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
Um, because it just kind of violates fundamental principles of cinematography, where you don't know what the hell is going on.
It's weird, dude. It's like they try to make it into like an action anime, and they remove substance from it, and then it doesn't look good. And then you'll have these odd angles, like Manic said, and it's just I don't know. I never finished, and it got a second season. What? I'm like, how? Like I don't
Yeah.
understand. I'm confused.
Yeah, and like to be fair, it's only been 6 years since Berserk 2016. I'm not sure when season 2 of it came out,
I think it was
but
right after, like the
yeah.
next year.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it should be because like Full Metal Alchemist 2003, and then the 20 Brotherhood was 2009. So that's a 6 year difference.
Well, the movies they did, that they're getting like an anime version of them, and they're like just like editing it, and adding more. I'm trying to remember. I think the movies did a pretty good job. The Golden Age arc, they did a pretty good job of adapting things. So if they add a few like proper scenes in it, they could probably do the arc before they didn't do, and they could probably and they we could probably get a decent adaptation. Um, but like Berserk's not done yet, right? And I don't know. Like I just because like I only read the first of the new Berserk chapters that were from the people that helped them with it, and I've not watched anything else. So I don't know, like is Berserk just it's just something that should never get a proper adaptation. Like look at like there's so many animes out there that just don't convey, like the original Bleach anime did not convey Bleach properly. The Tokyo Ghoul anime just completely misinterpreted everything Tokyo Ghoul was about. So it's just it's just I don't know, man. I because like I think fans of Berserk are fans of like the story, the character arcs, the tragedy of the main character. How you come to grips with certain things, and I just feel like an anime would just be for someone different. Because
Yeah.
like I don't know, it's a
Uh,
tough question.
yeah. So Vagabond never got an anime adaptation, has it?
Vagabond. I think
Has like
it.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page right now.
I thought it did. No, it didn't. Wait,
No.
that's a long one too, right? It's really
There's like
long.
there is 37 volumes. So like
I don't. I
I'm
don't
pretty sure
think
it
it
got like
did.
it got like a live action adaptation.
Everything is love,
Not
actually.
like that counts.
Because Vagabond's on hiatus, I think, or
Yeah,
something.
it's
Like
been
it's
on
like,
hiatus.
hmm,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
Vagabond. Yeah,
There's a lot.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, I haven't read much of Vagabond. I want to know what's in there that like nobody has touched it.
Well, like it's like like historical in the time period. I know like it's in the 1600s, I believe. I
Hmm.
think I'm pretty sure. Um, I know like it's got like it's real. Like when shit happens, it's real. Like it's like I mean it's from like it's from the 90s, right? So like there's some dark stuff in it.
Yeah.
There's some like and like it probably it touches like more mature dark things like I would never want this to happen to me. I never want this to happen. Like they like the same thing with Berserk. They touch upon things that are really dark, and there's like a Kami ga Kill. That manga had some dark stuff in it. They skipped an entire arc in the anime
Mm.
because so much messed up stuff happened. And Berserk has like a lot of bad stuff that just happens like chapter. I'm like, calm down, dude. Is your wife leave you or something? Like what this anger? And Vagabond, I think Vagabond's like a slow, methodical thing. It's been so long since I've touched Vagabond. It's been so long. I don't even remember where I was at. I know people love it, and I think it's one of the best selling mangas, or in the top, because I know it's done extremely well.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I
I'm
think.
ready. Yeah,
Yeah. I think that's just gonna be about it for that was quite some lengthy outtakes right there.
a lot of goodness in the
Yeah.
world.
Might have to make it its own little special episode on the audio version.
I heard,
Yeah. Yeah.
Son
But
of Thors.
yes, he says Vagabond didn't have an ending. I'm pretty sure real name's not given. Since I heard something that Trito Kubo isn't making any more Bleach manga.
I think he's like he was sick when Bleach ended, and he came back, and he's like, I don't know if he wants to go back into that manga lifestyle like he did. Like he does short stuff. I think him doing a manga for like almost 20 years is like kind of tired him out.
Yeah. Like so he's gonna do like one shots and stuff.
He did Burn the Witch, which is like three somewhat
Okay.
chapters, and then that got a movie or like an anime thing that was good. He did do a one shot of Bleach that is a sequel to Bleach, but he's like, I don't know if I'm going to continue from it. And that one shot ends on a cliffhanger. Like, what are you
Oh.
doing? Like, what are you doing? Dude? Like
Bruh.
it's canon. Like it's a canon sequel to Bleach. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
uh,
The Game of Your podcast.
Vagabond is Musashi's tale done in manga as he grows as a person and character, I think. That's cool.
He's a vagabond, a traveler.
Real. Yeah, so chances are I'm probably gonna play more Persona 5. Who knows? I hope you'll have a good one. Stream's gonna be up. If you want any last minute super chats, I'd be delighted if you send some in. And also, please, if you would be so inclined, share this to whoever you know that you might think likes this content because I am getting close. I am getting up there to 4,000 subscribers. That'd be much appreciated if you help me get up there. All right. I hope you all have a good one. And let me. Okay, yeah, the stop streaming button. There it is. All right. Peace out, guys.